Good morning and welcome back to the channel. We are a single income couple living in the Cotswolds, just trying to navigate our way through life on a budget. One thing that I do, and I do think it does influence your spending hugely, a problem area, is that what you would call it? An area that I have difficulty sticking to my budget is food, groceries. If I walk in a supermarket with no list, I'll have spent £200. I can't make you a meal, all bets are off. So I try, not always successfully, but I do try weekly to menu plan. Now I don't menu plan Monday I'm having, Tuesday I'm having. I menu plan very loosely, in as much as I'll do breakfast, and just hoping you can see that, and supper. Breakfast very boring, I always have porridge, and for suppers I either have an apple or a pear. I take medication both morning and night, and the medication requires that I eat something to go with it. So yeah, that's what I do. See if I can zoom you in a bit. No, I can't. Okay, don't know how to do that. So then lunches, my lunches tend to be very simple. They tend to be a sandwich or something on toast. So say beans, egg, a sandwich could be ham or a toasted sandwich. Very, very simple, just something to keep me going till dinner time really. And my dinners, I always just plan 5, maybe 6, because quite often a meal will do me twice. So for dinners, we're going to have stovies because I'm making stovies this week. I'm going to have smelly fish, which is quite derogatory to smoked haddock, I know, but no one in this house can stand the smell. The only people that like it is me and my son. I tend to eat it on a Monday. That's the only thing that I tend to eat on a particular day, just because Mr. P can't stand the smell of it, and I love it. I have it with mashed potatoes and peas, maybe a little bit non-conventional, but that's what I like. So I will also have sausage and mash, because when I do my smelly fish, I'll make enough mashed potatoes for 2 days so that I'm not per se cooking again. So what else are we going to have? I'm going to have gammon, potatoes and veg. Now the reason I am selecting that is every 5 weeks when I'm actually working in the kitchen, I stock take my freezer. I don't like the job. I find it difficult, but it's just one of those things that we need to do, because in 5 weeks there's only 2 of us in this house, live in this house, although plenty of people come in and go out. I find my freezers after 5 weeks are in chaos, absolute chaos, because you take things out and you shove them back in, or you buy things and they just get shoved in, and 5 weeks and it's chaos. So every 5 weeks I do stock take to see what I've got. Well, I'm going for the gammon because I know that I've got 2 portions of gammon in my freezer ready to be used. I know I've got gammon steaks in my freezer ready to be used, so that's things I know that I can fall back on. Things that, and I do like to use what's in my freezer. I don't like anything to go to waste. So I'm going to have gammon, potatoes and veg one day. Now I know that I've got bolognese in there, so I do batch cook. I know you've not seen me batch cook yet because we did our last lot of batch cooking about 10 weeks ago before we started recording. So I do have a lot of batch cooked items already in the freezer, and I know that I've got 2 portions of bolognese, so we'll have bolognese this week. and that'll probably give me another dinner for in the week with leftovers. Okay, so once I've done my meal plan, if that's what you can call it, what I'm thinking that I'm going to do this week, I then do my shopping list. So I know for breakfast I'm going to have porridge, so I know for that I need milk. Apples and pears, I need apples. I've got pears to use up. My lunches, I need bread, and I'll need eggs. Ham I've got, cheese I've got, if I don't want to do a toasty, beans I've got, so I don't need those. I do need all the ingredients for my stovies, so that is sausages. I like to use fresh sausages when I make stovies. I need potatoes. I need onions, carrots, and swede. Now I won't use all the potatoes, I won't use all the carrots, I won't use all the onions, but those I'll incorporate into meals later in the week. So I need the fish. But when I buy fish, I buy it frozen and I get enough for 2 meals. I have it about once a fortnight, so that's a month's worth of fish for me. I've got the potatoes for the mash. I've got peas in the freezer, I'm sure. Veg. Yeah, I've got peas in the freezer, so that's fine. Sausage and mash. I've got sausages in the freezer. The mash I'm going to do when I do my smelly fish. I've got gammon in the freezer. I've got potatoes on here. I've got frozen veg, but I'll obviously have those carrots to use up as well. On the bolognese, I need garlic bread. Then I need to do a bit of shopping for Mr. P for work. Mr. P works away Monday to Friday. So I do have to make sure I've got everything in for him for work. And I know that he needs meat. He needs bread. He needs yogurts. Now what I do is I go away and I check if there's anything else that I've forgotten. I may need some Activias. Don't think I need butter, but I will check on that. So I check on all my staples to make sure I've got them. This is just my fill-in haul. So I do a big shop once a fortnight. Mr. P gets paid every 2 weeks. So I do a big shop once a fortnight and then I do a fill-in shop. We have an Asda, like a shopping pass, which I pay $6.50 a month for. We do have our shopping delivered at the weekend when Mr. P's here to help me put it all away and do the lifting and carrying and what have you. So $6.50 a month that is, but I can have as many deliveries I want for that $6.50. I can have them at the weekend, I can have them in the week, whatever suits me. So this delivery will be coming Sunday, and as I say, it's just a fill-in haul. I would expect to, I think left in my budget I've got about £75, so that's what I'm going to be looking to stick within. So that's meal planning for me. Very, very symptomatic. I don't allocate a day. I do know that I'll have the smelly fish on a Monday or a Tuesday because Mr. P hates the smell, so I just do it to keep the peace. Not that he doesn't moan, that's not fair, he doesn't moan, but he does not like the smell of the smoked haddock. I'll film that for you. I do that. Oh, my ring light's just gone flat, so I hope you can still see me. I do that in the steamer, and I find that works really successfully. I do enough potatoes for 2 days and I'll have sausage and mash the next day, is my normal habit. I'm a little bit habitual. I'm a creature of habit. I'm not really very adventurous when it comes to food. I kind of like what I like and that's it. So this is my way of meal planning. I'm not saying this is the right way, I'm just saying this is the way that I do it. Very simple, very easy. I've always meal planned, obviously when there was 5 of us and money was tight, as it is for anyone with 3 kids. I always, before we went shopping, those were the days before internet shopping though, I would always list my meals for the week that I was going to have. and shop accordingly. And I find that it just saves a bit of money. We are a single income family now because I've retired, so we just have to watch what we buy. Same as everybody. The cost of living is so high now that everybody's got to look at their pennies. Sadly to say, but it's just a fact of life at the moment in 2023. You have to watch every penny that's coming in the house. So let me know in the comments, do you meal plan? Do you do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and allocate a meal and stick to that? Do you do packed lunches? Obviously I'm at home, Mr. P's away, so I have my lunch at home. He has his lunch in his lorry. Although to be fair, he starts work at 2 o'clock in the morning, so his lunch is actually about 7 o'clock in the morning, so it's all off the scale. I do make sure that he's got enough for the week. I make sure he's got yogurts. I make sure he's got snacks. I'm going to make some egg muffins this weekend. He really likes them for snack. They're high in protein, low in carbohydrate because he's type 2 diabetic, so I have to watch his carbohydrates. For his bread, always brown bread, a better slow release carbohydrate for him. And yep, this is just how we work it. It works for us. I'd love to know what works for you. Do you just fly by the seat of your pants? I admire anyone that can do that, but for me it just doesn't work. I spend too much money and I'm back in the shops again. I find if I menu plan one delivery, if I stay out the shops, then I find that I save money. So I hope you found this interesting, and I will film my Asda haul so that you can have a look at what we bought from this meal plan. So thanks very much for joining me, and we'll see you in the next one.